Welcome to the FMC Lounge, everyone. I'm your host, Joe for Show, and in this video, we're going to be going over a new and returning players guide. Now, in this video, I will be covering more of the returning player stuff. So if you are a new player, try your best to get to endgame quick as possible, which is, beat the campaign. Then you'll start receiving level 100 weapons. And once you get to there, go ahead and return to this video, and all the information that you need for the endgame will be in this video. If you have any other question as a new player, or if there's questions this video is not covering, go ahead, drop a comment down below and I will reply and try my best to help you. Now, y'all do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. It would really help with the YouTube algorithm. I would appreciate it a lot. Now, enough of the yapping, let's jump straight into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video is the target reward system. If you don't know what that is, when you're over here at your map, come over here to library, and over here you could basically target anything you want to farm. As you can see right here, I am targeting the Arche Loot B chest because I'm trying to get these Luna ultimate parts. And this way this works is, let's just say, for example, we go to the fellow and you're trying to get this dog, right? You want this blueprint. You see, I'm 0 out of 1, right? So you're gonna hit acquisition info and it's gonna tell you where you could get it. If you notice, there's this right here to set target reward. Whatever the button it is, that's what you want to press, and you're gonna see it has a green symbol. It's telling you right here it is being registered. And when you come back to your library screen, it's gonna be marked right here, and basically every time you complete that void vessel activity, this percentage is gonna go up, and once it hit 100%, you will get the blueprint and guaranteed. Now, this whole target reward system, it doesn't work for everything in the game, only mission rewards. So for example, let's go over here to the amorphous material pattern. If you see these patterns right here, these are amorphous material, pattern 82. One of the ways you can get this from doing outposts, right? In the game, outposts is considered a mission. It has a chance at dropping one of the amorphous material, and so since it has a chance of doing that, we could target reward it right here, and every time we complete that outpost, that percentage is going to go up. Hit 100%, we're gonna get that pattern guaranteed. Now, here's a part that you can't farm. You see these rewards that are in the pattern, you can't farm this because that's not off of a mission. You go do a boss activity to open the amorphous material pattern, and that gives you a chance at that. That's different from doing a mission and then that's it. So keep in mind, with the target reward system, you can't farm the stuff in the pattern, but stuff that are from missions you can farm. For example, the new ultimate Luna, the only way you get it doing action on plane operational area, which has a chance to drop all this stuff, but I want to target it so I can have a better chance of getting that guaranteed one of the Luna parts. All right, that's because this is a mission, the percentage go up. I'm not opening a amorphous material pattern. Now here's a little gameplay of showing you how the percentage work. For example, this is 82, that's 0%, as you guys see. And on mission complete, if I go check in the library, it went up by 20%. Now, not everything is going to go up by 20%. When farming for this, it only goes up by like 3.5 of these. If I'm not mistaken, it's been months since I tried, but it's usually like 9, I think it's 9%. And that's just the way it works. Depending on what you're trying to farm, the percentage is going to be different. In season 3, they also added this. So before, you were only able to target one thing from an activity, but as you can see here, I'm able to target multiple now. You might think it's faster target multiple, but in reality, it's sort of not. Like I said earlier, when I did it, I was getting 9%, right? So if I go do a void vessel activity, complete it, I'm not going to get 9% for all 4 of these. That 9% is going to get split between all 4. So you could, try to farm all 4 or do one at a time. That's up to you to decide. And the main reason why I want to talk about the target reward system first and leave into our next discussion, which is the dog. How to get the dog, best way to level it up, what's the benefit of having the dog or the fellow, whatever you want to call it. So the next topic I want to talk about is the fellow, the dog, whatever you're familiar with, and what are the benefits of having it. There's 2 reasons you really want the dog. It's like super beneficial. It's like one of the best quality of life things to add to the game. And one of the things is the dog will go pick up the loot that's on the floor for you. No more have to go grab all that stuff. You can focus on doing the mission or the objective of your mission or killing the enemies, while your dog is going to go around and pick up all that loot. And also, each dog has its own special ability. For example, if you look right here, this dog, it has a module drop rate increase, fellow item detection range, and auto dismantle cycle. All 3 dogs all have this 3 stuff, but what's different between each dog is this last one. The German Shepherd has the auto HP recovery. If we come back over here to our library screen and go to other dogs, the Vesper hunting dog, the Labrador dog, it picks up ammo for you. And then the new dog that just got introduced recently, it gives you MP back. But those are the benefits of the dog. And one more thing that's benefit about the dog is it actually dismantles everything for you. Over here in your components, your weapons, or your reactor, there is a junk filter here, and once you have it all set up, your dog will auto dismantle the stuff that you don't want to keep and will not dismantle the stuff that you do want to keep. Makes it much more easier to be efficient with whatever you're trying to farm for. So here's a quick little guide and show you on how the whole junk filter work for your reactor and your components. I'm not going to explain the weapons. It's pretty simple. The game is going to delete everything that's not an ultimate weapon. So for these settings, I recommend just copying these settings from right here, from external components here, component levels, component set effects, component records, option filter function, number of option matches, and option tier. Just copy all of these, have it how it is as you see. Same thing for your reactor, copy as it is. And the way this stuff works is, for example, let's just say you want to go farm for a reactor, right? We're gonna keep all this on dismantle, okay? And let's just say you want a certain reactor to come with only skill cooldown and skill effect range. So you're gonna turn these to blues. You could go for normal. For ultimate, I recommend not doing that. The reason why, it's very hard to get the double gold stats that you want. Just go for the blues. And why did I say that? Later in the video, I will show you that you could upgrade these stats to double gold. Like I said, we want skill cooldown, skill effect range. We're gonna click apply, and now on, and when I go reactor farming, my dog will delete every reactor that I ever pick up unless it has the skill cooldown, skill effect range. And then once it has that, it's not going to delete it. It's going to be in my inventory. I had the reactor my choice, and even if it's the wrong weapon mounting, we can change that as well, which you'll see later in the video. Now for your components junk filter, I recommend having the detail option down here. Have them set like this: MP recovery in combat blue, max HP blue, MP recovery out of combat blue, max shield blue, shield recovery modifier blue, MP recovery modifier blue, defense blue, and max MP blue. Here's why you're gonna have it like that, is these are the best stats that you want for your component. For example, my auxiliary power, I have MP recovery out of combat, max HP. Those are the settings I just showed you. For your sensor, MP recovery in combat and max MP, these two are must. You want all your components always have max MP as possible. That's going to allow you to spam all your abilities as much as possible. Same with my defense, I had defense MP recovery modifier. And in this last one, it's really up to you. I usually go for max shield and shield recovery modifier. Technically, you don't need that because shield's irrelevant in this game unless you're using a certain type of character like an Enzo or a Kyle. But those are the way that I have it set up right here. Now, do keep in mind the auto dismantle feature the dog does. It is on a time limit. As you can see right here, it's on 120 seconds. So every 2 minutes, your dog will delete stuff in your inventory. It's not instant. It's every 2 minutes. Now, to start this whole quest line to get the dog, the activity, and all that, unfortunately, it's kind of hard for me to show you because since I completed the activity, it's not going to be here. And so because of that, the best way I can explain it, once you get a quest and they introduce you to these two characters here, or there's a cutscene with Keelan and the dog, you're on the right quest, and eventually down that quest line you're going to get to a point where it's going to ask you to do this activity over here. And depending on if you're doing a normal hard, these depends on the rewards you get. For example, if you're doing it on normal, you have a chance at the German Shepherd and Keelan Descendant. If you do it on hard mode, you have a chance at the Labrador dog and then Enos Ray is Descendant. If you want to get the new dog, the Husky one, it's going to be different from Void Vessel activity. You actually don't go there to farm it. You go to somewhere else to farm. As you can see right here, it's telling you to get these spoil boxes. And the way to get these spoil boxes are from doing Axion Plains missions right here. The one with teeth symbol. If you notice, it's different from these are, you know, your operational area missions. So this is how you could get the Husky and make it easier. You should target farm it as well. And the material you need to craft each of the blueprint, as you can see right here, platinum materials. This one you're gonna get it from Axion Plains. This one you're gonna get it from Axion Plains as well. So while you're doing Axion Plains, try and get these blueprints, you're gonna be getting both of these materials as well. And then you just go to each of the planet, zone, whatever you want to call it, and get the rest. Now this works both for hard mode and normal. Each has a time remaining. Right here you can see this is for the hard mode, and then if we go back to the normal, it's going to be the same, right? When you defeat the boss, depending on how much time you have left, that's going to determine the rewards you have. As you can see right here, if I had no time limit, I'm only going to get the base reward. But if I complete it over 2 minutes remaining, I get access to all 4. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to get 8 chests. When you beat the boss, a big chest is going to spawn, and when you interact with that chest, it's going to give you 4 options. The 4 options options are going to be the chest, and you get to choose which one you want. Now the option's always going to be, you know, the left side all 4 chests or the right side all 4 chests. It's always going to be dog descendant, or vice versa. That's just how it is. And remember, you only get to choose one. Now to make things easier, you want to target farm the dog like I just showed you in the last topic. Like say for example the Labrador enhanced sale, you could use the target reward system to get the code and then get a chance at 2 blueprints down the line. One thing to keep in mind though, when you are doing this activity to get the dog, you need more than just a blueprint. You're going to need these materials right here to craft each blueprint. It's the same for the German Shepherd as well. And you get these activities by opening chests in the void vessel activities. There are certain areas in the void vessel that will have chests for you, and depending on which chest you open is going to decide what material you're going to get. In the void vessel, there are 4 different chests in certain areas throughout the whole void vessel activity, and these 4 chests are going to be the broken material storage box, the genetic information storage box, the special material storage box, and the experimental material storage box. Now each chest, they will drop different materials depending on if you're playing on normal and hard mode. And also out of these 4 chests, only 1 is free. As you see right here, I just interact, it's free. But these 3 chests, you need a description key for them. And how you get the description key is when you beat the boss at the end, he's going to drop you 5 or 6. So the blue experimental chest will drop the material you need for the Labrador dog if you're playing on hard mode, as you can see right here. In our normal mode, it will drop the material for the German Shepherd. The special material storage box will drop these materials you see right here, the ionized metal, adaptive protein. These are the materials that you're going to need to craft this, and this is what you use to level up the dog. And this last chest, the genetic information storage box, this one has a chance to either drop the blueprints for each of these different supplements that you use to level up your dog. For example, it has a chance to drop the fortified, special synthetic, or the ultimate protein, which is very rare. It's like hitting the lotto if you get this. Fortunately, the green chest has a chance to also drop you gold, so it kind of trolls you a bit. And these red chests, majority of the time they drop a planet material that you can find anywhere on any of the different zones. But if you're on normal difficulty, they will also drop the material you need to craft the Descendant Keelan. And if you're on hard mode, it will drop the material you need to craft the Descendant Enos Rhea. And the whole reason why you want to level up your dog, the stats that you see at the bottom, they're not like this when you first get the dog. This is from leveling the dog up. When you level the dog up, all these 4 stats will increase more. It also level up your dog will level up your mastery rank as well. So the next thing I want to talk about is weapon cores and the Void Erosion Purge. The Void Erosion Purge is a new activity that got added a couple months ago in season 2, and when you complete the activity, it will drop these cores. And if you notice, for Roman numeral, we got 1 here and it goes up all the way to 10. The higher the number is, the better the stats are going to be, and the stats I'm talking about are on your weapon. If you notice over here, I have sprint speed 20%, firearm crit hit damage 98%. These cores give your weapons increased stats, either more damage, more sprint speed, or cooldown on your grapple. And the best one you want to use are always these 10s. The most efficient way to get these, if you come over to this open world, is doing a Void Erosion Purge. There's 10 waves. There used to be 30, but it got reduced to 10. So when you do this activity, you're going to start at level 1 and you're going to wake your way all the way to level 10. And if you notice, you're getting 5s here, some more 5s, 6s, 7, everything. I told you want to mainly use the 10s, but these lower ones are still really good because you can use these to craft and turn them into 10s. And this core amplifier is material you will also use to craft these into 10s. And we'll show you the whole crafting station in a little bit. So stage 9 and 10 are the only 2 stages out of the Void Erosion Purge that will drop 10. It's more beneficial just to do wave 10. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes if you're doing solo or in group. If you do need a build, I have a build for almost every Descendant in the game, and majority of them can do this activity solo or in pubs. Now there is another Void Erosion Purge challenge where it is a little bit more difficult, and if you notice, you do get 10 from here. But the only thing is, this activity only gives you reward once. If you come over to reward info, rewards can only be earned once for the first clear. So if you try to do it again, this, like if you try to farm wave 1 over and over, you're not going to get rewards. If you notice right here, this is where the stage reset. Until this resets, you're not going to get rewards for doing this. So I recommend do not try to farm this. It's a one-time thing. If you want to try to do it, go ahead. But again, the best thing to do to farm if you want 10 cores is to do stage 10 on the Void Erosion Purge normal. Now previously over here at this area next to, you know, the research lady in Albion, you would come over to Descendant to talk to do your core stuff. But if you notice, he just has to purchase weapons, sell stuff, or to trade limited weapon, which I'll explain later on in the video. To this station right here, You know, it's called core crafting bench. And at this station, this is where you're going to do all your crafting and everything. So since we're talking about a weapon core, we are going to click on the weapon cores. And if you notice on my weapons, by the level 100 of my gun, I had this little gold symbol, you know, around it. But if you notice down here, my divine punishment doesn't have that. The reason why, your weapons are not going to be core when you first get them. You have to turn them into core, and you only could turn these ultimate weapons core to, and if you come over here to turn your weapon to a core, you're going to need a certain material which is called a core binder, which I'll show you how to get in a few seconds. And every weapon has its own different cores you can put in. As you can see, this one gets element, firepower, a free one of your choice of any kind, tactical augmentation, and then precision augmentation. So let's go ahead and put this core in. Now you come over here, you get to choose. So over here, these orange ones, if I want to put an orange one in, I could get 61% between 80% or 410 between 550. And remember, this is a level 10. If I try level 1, it's only 2%, 4%. This is why we say make sure you're doing only level 10s only. And as you can see, it's per RNG, kind of like a little gambling system. I got 69%, which is, you know, in the middle. I could keep rolling to get it higher, but there's also a chance like it could get lower. It'll be the same for the elements. You know, you got fire, chill, electric, toxic. Very tactical. You got rounds per magazine, fire rate, reload timer, attribute status effect. For your precision, you got recoil, hip fire accuracy, weapon chain speed, sprint speed, grappling hook charge time increase ratio. This is a cooldown. Even though it says increase ratio, it's a cooldown for grappling. Aim shot accuracy. Your free one, you can put any choice. You can put an extra fire arm, so you can have, you know, more damage than weapons. There's also these right here, the red and blue one. This will give you weak point damage, multi-hit chance, multi-hit damage. The red ones will give you weak point damage, firearm crit hit rate, or firearm crit hit damage. And then the purple ones right here will give you bonus firearm attack versus Legion of Darkness, Order of Truth, or Legion of Immortality. And let's just say I want to re-roll the stat, right? You will need a different material called a core particle disruptor, and I'll show you how to get this and the core binder right now. To get those two materials, you're going to come over to the research lady, and you're going to talk to her. You're going to go research requests, and you're going to come over to enhanced materials. If you scroll on down, you should see it right here, core binder and core particle disruptor. To make these, it costs the same material. You're gonna need a void abyss metal fragment. If you just go to acquisition info, it's going to tell you it'll drop at axion planes, or it could drop at one of these two that are highlighted. And if you notice, these are not highlighted. These two are the 400% dungeon, which rotate every day. And if you come over here and do it, we click on it, you know, 400% right here, as you can see, change it to 400%. These are the rewards you're going to get, and you're going to get 150 void abyss metal fragment. You're also going to get, you know, some cores right here, some level 3s, and we're going to use all those for the crafting station. Now the crafting station is going to be at the same area where we're doing our weapon cores. So you're just going to go to craft and convert cores, and you come over here, you can make 10 cores by giving up your lower cores. It's going to cost gold. You just choose how much you want to do, and it's also going to cost the core amplifier. You can do this for every core, doesn't matter which one it is, it's always going to be the same. So this is why even though you're not getting level 10 cores, they still have value because you can change them into crafting to make your 10s. If you notice, I had 3 last daggers. You do not need to put another core binder into a weapon that's a duplicate. It's already going to have the core binder into it. You only had to put core binders into a new weapon. And when you do get this weapon, it's going to be level 1. It will not be level 100. And it's not going to have the core stats as you see, the chill, the firearm attack, fire rate, rounds per magazine. It's not going to have any of that. Duplicate weapon will get the core binder, but it's not going to get the stats that your original one have. It's going to be fresh. You're going to have to re-roll and put new stats in it. Over here in your library, if you come over here to the miscellaneous, and, you know, you click on the cores, it's going to tell you where you can get cores. And as you can see right here for level 10s, it's going to tell you stage 9, stage 10, doing challenge Stormhanger or crafting. But all these lower ones, as you can see, they could drop from different void erosion purge challenges, and these lower ones, they will drop from any of the axion planes or sigma, or even doing the 400% dungeon. So there's multiple activities for you to get cores to craft, but if you really want the main 110s, only want those, you're going to have to do the void erosion purge. You can also get void abyss fragments from coming over here and talking to this little robot at collect T over here at the spawn station, right next to the lounge. And if you come over here to exchange collectibles, you can get some right here. You can also get some gold or the quantum incubator, which I'll talk about later in the video. I recommend not doing this for the void abyss fragment. I still recommend the 400% dungeon, and the main reason why, doing those 400% dungeons, you're going to be gaining multiple things at once, like the lower cores, patterns to help you unlock, you know, different descendants or weapon, while you're getting void abyss fragment. And you're also be getting external cores as well, which is going to lead us into our next topic. So external cores are going to be these blue ones right here, these orange ones right here, these blue ones right here, and these other orange ones right here. It's not going to be any of these lower. It's only 4 different ones. And the whole point of these cores, they give your components more stats. For example, if you look right here, I have max HP and then defense on top of the MP recovery modifier and then the defense. Now if I come over to a different piece that doesn't have any of those, like for example right here, you'll notice I only have firearm proficiency and MP recovery modifier. You'll see above it's blank and empty. That's because that's where the cores go. If you notice, there's the orange one and the blue one. And if you come over here, when we go back to our cores, these are the orange and blue ones from here. These cores give your player more stats to be more tankier and survive better. Without these stats, I wouldn't have 41,000 defense or 16,000 HP. I'd probably have only 8,000 and barely 20,000 defense. Now to get these cores, the main ones are level 10. If you come over to the library, go to miscellaneous, go back to cores. These stage 10, you have a chance to drop in any of the axion planes. You can craft them and they will always drop from the Sigma activity. If you come over here to, you know, your map, this is the Sigma sector right here. You're doing higher risk. Either one of these you do are going to drop the cores. As you can see right here, it has a chance to drop even level 4s of the weapon cores, and then level 7 of the external component cores, and it will drop level 10 external component cores as well. It will also drop you the core amplifier. Now, unlike weapon cores, when it comes to the component cores, you do not need to put a core binder into it. It's automatically going to have the level 100. They're always going to have that. The only thing that you're going to need, if you come over here to the station, you go to external component core. If you want to reroll, you will need the core particle disruptor. So the core particle disruptor does work for external component cores and weapon cores, but the core binder material, it only works for the weapon cores, and it works the same as well. As you can see right here, and this blue one is going to give me defense, resistance to electric or toxic, but this other blue one is going to give me defense and then fire resistance and shield resistance. And if we go to the orange one, this orange gives me max shield recovery out of combat or in combat, and the other orange one gives me max HP and an HP recovery modifier. So you need to choose which one that you want to roll on your components depending on the descendant you're using and the build that you're trying to use. It's preference. Me personally, I go with HP and defense for everything, but for like a Kyle or Enzo or Ajax, I would go for more max shield probably. And it's the same as the weapon cores. When you're trying to re-roll, it's the same thing, you know. You're just going to have a chance to get what you want. As you see, I want HP, I didn't get it. So if I want to re-roll, it's going to cost me one of these. It's going to cost me a 10, and you just have to keep re-rolling. Hopefully you can get the stat that you want. And again, for the crafting cores, it works the same way. You can turn your lower levels right here. As you can see, turn all your lower levels to whatever you want. Once you're able to get your weapon core and your component cores, you will be like a whole different descendant in the game. You're not going to be squishy. You're just going to be running through all the content. The next thing we're going to talk about is arcade tuning and mutant cells. We will be discussing both of them together because the most efficient way to get both of them is from the same activity. And when you're right here at your inventory screen, you notice up here arcade tuning, you're going to click right here and you're going to see this whole skill tree. Now basically what this does, it's going to take your descendant to the next level. There's so many different ways you could go. There's so many different builds you can make just from the skill tree. For example, for my Lepic, I went this route to the right. If you notice right here, these purple ones, I'm getting enhanced skill power 500. I'm getting skill costs. I use less abilities to spend my abilities. I'm getting more range, more skill power. These little blue ones, more skill power. Right here, I'm getting even more skill power. Up here, I'm getting more max MP. Same with these blue ones. Skill cooldown, even more skill power. All that added up, that's 2,400 skill power. That right there alone is about 15, between 20%. On top of the 15-20% that you'll be getting from your react grid as well. It's going to make your skills do so much more damage if you don't have this, or your reactor fully upgraded. If you notice right here, you get yourself more MP recovery. If you go down this route, you get yourself some weak point damage, hip fire accuracy, reload time, multi-hit chance, multi-hit damage and stuff. You got even more firearm, more max general rounds for your different weapons, crit hit damage, critical hit rate, boss firearm attack. So like if you want to go down this route for like your Enzo, your Glade, or a certain gun build, you could do that. This route's more important for your skill characters. You got your skill duration, your skill critical hit rate, and your skill crit hit damage as well. Down here, this is where you could get more HP, more defense, and make your character much more tanky, more resistance to the enemy depending on what damage you're doing. And if you want more shield, you go to shield route as well, more defense, some movement speed. Like there's all kinds of bunch of different things you could do for this arcade tuning. And then also, if you notice these 4 corners right here, these are going to be your mutant cell slots, and what they do is it's just another way of making your build more stronger. For example, as you see right here, I'm using the fire cohesion. When defeating an enemy, I have a chance to grant fire cohesion to myself. 50% trigger rate, it lasts for 10 seconds, and I get more fire skill power, and it can stack up to 3 times, so it'll make my damage do more. And there's all kinds of different mutant cells route you can go to. If you see right here, we're going to go over to our miscellaneous, and then right here, these are all the different mutant cells you go, one for each element. There's also different stuff you can do. For example, if you go to it, there's this one right here. When landing a skill attack on enemy, you're going to inflict defense neutralization. You're going to bring their defense down. Defense is mainly for your gun damage, and then for your skills, you know, your fire resistance, your chill resistance, your toxic, your electric, you can bring that as well for 15 seconds, which will allow you to do more damage to an enemy or bosses as well. There's attacking one where you can reduce the damage that they're going to do to you instead. There's all kinds of different routes you can do. There's this one, you get yourself more defense if needed. There's this one, you can get yourself even more skill power. There's all kinds of different stuff you could do. And now, the way to unlock your arcade tuning and your mutant cell, you're going to have to do a quest that eventually introduce you over here to the Sigma sector, and this is what you're going to want to do. When you get on high risk reward, you're going to farm either one of these. And if you notice right here, you're going to get these 4,000 unique arcade factor XP. This is a daily reward. Each zone have one. As you can see right here, Broken Boundary has one. If you come to Isolated Desert, it has another one. So each time you complete this for your daily, once each zone, you're gonna get yourself extra 4,000 XP for each. The normal amount you'll get is 1,500. That's the normal you get for every completion. So take advantage of getting that extra 11,000 every day just from doing it one time. And you will need this XP if you want to level up your arcade tuning, because as you can see right here, it does go up to level 40. If you come over to your library and then go over to your mutant cells, you just pick any of them. You're gonna hit acquisition info, and you could target reward this to get what you need. You just make sure you click it first and then go to your set target reward, whatever the button is. You're gonna target it, and every time you're doing Sigma sector trying to level up your character, you are going to get a chance, increase the percentage to eventually get these mutant cells. And while you're farming the Sigma sector, you get yourself to ATAMs, one of the best snipers in the game, Serena, the most broken Descendant in the game. You get yourself even the other weapon, Truly Deadly Arson. With all these weapons, you do want to increase your master rank. You're gonna get yourself weapon cores, component cores, and even parts for the Haley Descendant if you don't even have her unlocked. And you will be getting these materials as well, which you will need, which will help you re-roll the stats for your reactor and your components. So the next thing I want to talk about, we were talking about earlier with the filter system. At this station right here, this is where you could upgrade your stats on your reactor and your components. If you notice right here, we have reactor option enhancement and external component option enhancement. If I click on this, let's just find a reactor right here, purple and blue. I want this to be double gold, right? All you gotta do is upgrade it. It's going to cost these materials right here, which drop about from anything, and most of the activities you complete will drop this as well. And you just upgrade this and it will turn to double gold. This is why, now I explain the filter system, I say to go for double blues. You can do the same thing for your components as well. Like you can see right here, these are both purple. I want to change them to double gold. You can't do it by just upgrading, and it's only going to cost this material right here, which comes from about everything in the game. After playing for a while, you're going to have bunches of material just stored up, and if you are a returning player, you should have most of the material already. At the station, you can also change the weapon mounting on your reactor. For example, if you come right here, this one has AR. I had 2 slots. I could add a different weapon type and another weapon type, or I can completely change the normal weapon type that it came with. For example, this is tactical rifle, so we're going to change this to a tactical rifle reactor. It's no longer going to be an AR reactor, as you can see. When you are farming for a reactor, you don't need to pay attention to the weapon mount. You don't need to pay attention if your stats are blue, purple, or gold. All you gotta pay attention for is make sure it's the 2 right stats that you want at the bottom, and it's the correct element depending on which build you're trying to go for. You can also level up your reactor here. It's right here. I had these 4 yellow diamonds, but I have none here. This is where you can level up your reactor, and once you have it, if you get it maxed out all the way, this is about 15%, between 20% more damage that's going to do. So you come over to the research lady, and you go to research request. Most of the material that you will need to level up your reactor or change the weapon mounting, you can get right here from the research lady. You can also buy this material from the little robot that I just showed earlier in the video, or from the ETA, which we're going to talk about right now. If you weren't aware, or you're a returning player, if you come over here to Albion, to this little area right here, you'll notice the symbol right here. This is the ETA. It's basically like a weekend thing. If you play Destiny 2, I'm pretty sure other games has as well. It's basically like Xur in Destiny 2. This is where you can change your duplicates. You see right here, I can sell my duplicate of the material that I have, and doing so, it's going to give me the premium ETA voucher. And if you come over to the exchange supplies, this is where I will spend my premium ETA voucher. This is how you can get yourself extra storage slot, a Descendant slot, the quantum incubator, these advanced state stabilizer, and then the state stabilizer. There's a bunch of stuff. It changes weekly and stuff. And then for this one, the exchange infiltration operation reward, it's asking for these red vouchers. You get more equipment slot, again, stabilizer, blueprints or weapons for Descendant. It will not have any blueprint for ultimate Descendant. It's just base Descendant and weapons, and then shaders as well. You can also, down here, you could exchange these green ones where you could get more gold, more Kuiper shard, more void abyss metal fragment. Only 30, it's not that much, unfortunately. You can still get some quantum crystal nano compound and a quantum incubator, some precise ion, all kind of stuff. You can also get the new Stormhanger outfit if you want as well. And to get this green voucher, you will have to do the new void abyss boss, which is going to be right here. It doesn't say it's going to drop, but this is where you get it. If you come over here to your library, you go to miscellaneous, you're right here, you click acquisition info, it's telling you Stormhanger Abyss or the challenge Stormhanger. Unfortunately, if you do want to participate in the Stormhanger, you do have to be MR18, and you also had to at least be in all these hard mode bosses at least one time. If you need help with this, go ahead and stop by the stream. I don't mind helping you out. I recommend, if you are going to try attempt this to get these green vouchers, the most easiest way to do this at the moment is with Ultimate Luna or Nail. If you need a build for both of those Descendants, I will have a guide down below. And if you don't have any Descendants and you need help, go ahead and stop by the stream. I will help you out. I don't mind. The last thing I want to talk about is these support coins. If you go over to acquisition info, it tells you where you can get these. And basically, these support coins, you are going to use them over here at Descendant. If you come over to the last one, you trade limited weapons. And these support coins are what you use to buy previous battle pass weapons that you're not able to get no more because those battle pass are over. You can buy all these and this, and it's very important to do this because these weapons will help with your master rank. And a lot of stuff in the game is the only downfall about this, it's kind of behind on the battle pass weapon. If you notice, these are the weapons right here, the Sigavor Proof, Excava, and the Voltia. But the Malevolent is not here. The Malevolent last season pass weapon, but you're not able to get it at the moment. It's this one right here. It was a season 2 battle pass, as we're in season 3. I'm assuming Descendant will have that available to purchase after these 60 days are up. So whenever we get the next battle pass, hopefully it's in the shop. And then this weapon that's in the battle pass right now, the Exterminator, it probably won't be in there until another 2 more battle pass after this. So that's kind of like the downside when it comes to Descendant and stuff. But if you do miss out and you know you're a returning player, I do recommend getting these guns. This gun right here is actually like one of the best guns to do wall crusher right now. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully this video helped you out on stuff that you didn't know about if you're a returning or a new player. Remember, if it didn't and you still had questions, go ahead, just leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to help you with whatever it is. But that's going to be it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.